personally speaking, if I was first time to cruise, I think I would more than likely choose Norwegian Cruise Lines for a lot of the reasons you just talked about, innovation and the relaxed vibe on board. But what would you say to someone if they're for the first time cruising? Why should they choose Norwegian Cruise Lines?
Well, I think there's several reasons. First of all, multiple destinations. So if you think of a land-based holiday, where would you get to see and wake up every morning in a different country, a different destination, a different city, a different port of call, experiencing different languages, different cultures? So cruising from a destination point of view is, I think, what entices a lot of people to start thinking about a cruise in the first instance. The second thing is, when you're on a ship, and any ship, to be honest, in the industry, you have a personal experience which is really second to none. We all, do guest scores and guest satisfaction scores to understand, what our guests tell us about our product, so we can keep innovating and improving it. And our guest scores are over 95%. So unheard of on land-based holidays. So you know that when you get on a cruise ship, from a customer's point of view who's never done one before, that they're going to get exceptional service. And we pride ourselves in that in a big way. And then I think the third thing that really, from a general point of view, is, we've talked briefly about the extraordinary activities and the extraordinary innovation that you find on these cruise ships. Everything from rock climbing walls to ice skating rings, right through to walking the plank on our new ship. You actually stand 8 feet over the side of the ship. Aqua slides, entertainment, different accommodation types. So that there's so many new things on the ship. So, and then I think where we sit as Norwegian Cruise Line, we think we make that transition very easy for customers, because we have a thing called freestyle cruising. And it's such a natural ability to go from somebody that's done a land-based holiday that doesn't want any set times or procedures, or wants to do something in a bit more freedom and have the flexibility and the choice, and then they can migrate onto a Norwegian Cruise Line ship. And we call it freestyle cruising, and that's really what that is. It's about freedom, flexibility and choice. And it's it's about people to enjoy themselves at their time, at their pace, their leisure. And as a cruise line, we feel that we are naturally positioned well to take those first-time cruisers. And in fact, nearly 40% of our customers are first-time cruisers. So it's sort of, it demonstrates that the customers are actually enjoying themselves when they come onto Norwegian Cruise Line.
And it was revolutionary when you introduced this freestyle concept, because before then, the typical cruise experience would be set dining times. Everything was around a rigid structure. You had to turn up at this time if you wanted to do this, and you had to be in this place at this time. Everything was planned out. So when you introduced this, again, it was a huge innovation, and it's been wildly successful, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And we purposely went down this route to really differentiate ourselves from other cruise lines. And for sure, there are some people, of your viewers, that will be traditionally like that type of approach. But for Norwegian Cruise Line, we didn't feel that was appropriate. And that's why I think we appeal to a lot of the new to cruise. Call me old-fashioned, but I think you should eat when you're hungry, and not when you're told to eat. And that's really what freestyle cruising is all about. It's a multitude of restaurants. On our new ships, we have up to 29 different dining options, which is unheard of, and you would never find that on a land-based holiday. And in fact, you wouldn't find that on any other cruise line or any other cruise ship. So it's really about freedom, flexibility, choice. Dining is a very important part of a cruise experience.
I think it's probably for me, it's one of the most important, apart from the destinations themselves, you want to know, everyone loves looking after their tummy, don't they? And enjoying their food.
Me included.
Exactly. It's one of the things we love. And you've got 24-hour pizza as well.
Yeah. I mean, freshly made pizza 24 hours a day. I mean,
you get it delivered, can't you?
You do, and I have been guilty of that a few times, let me tell you. So.
I would be guilty of it every night if I could get away with it.
No,
so, I mean, 24-hour pizza, you mentioned up to 29 different options. I mean, I believe on some of your new ships, that includes things like the Brazilian churrasqueria, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, churrasqueria,
Churrasqueria, which is the all-you-can... They keep on bringing the meat out.
I mean, it's great. I mean, and that's the other thing about an international cruise line like Norwegian Cruise Line. We have, that there is at least half the restaurants are complimentary and included in the ticket price. So again, I think that's important that your viewers understand that, is that, you're not coming on to Norwegian Cruise Line, then you have to pay extra for the speciality restaurants. Half of them are speciality restaurants. And as I said, they range from the Brazilian style churrasqueria, where you have the people coming up, cutting the meat at your table. It's a little bit of like a traffic light system. you know, once you're full and you've had enough and you've quit, you flip
red.
the green to red,
Yeah,
and then they don't bring you any more. And there's a great salad bar, and a lot of it is great. We have Cagney Steakhouse, which is extremely popular. You know, probably some of the best steaks that you're ever going to get anywhere in the world are actually on in Cagney's, and it has been voted for as one of the best restaurants at sea many times, winning many awards, and that's across the whole of our fleet. Okay. And then you go things from, you know, we have Italian restaurants, and then right through to Asian fusion. We have a teppanyaki where the chefs are preparing the food in front of you, and they do a little bit of a show, you know, flipping the salt and pepper containers, landing it in their hats, and that's just a great experience, particularly with family. It's absolutely wonderful. And then you have, you know, very upmarket dining as well. We have one of our signature restaurants, which is Le Bistro, which is a very French restaurant. So a whole multitude of different options. And also dining with entertainment, and that's in our main dining room on our new big ships. You know, we actually have shows and music, and people can dance. So it's built around the tables, all built around a big dance floor. So just great different things.
Because you've got burn the floor. Does burn the floor include dining as well? Or is that just a set show?
Well, what we do is we do that show on the main stage in the theatre, and then twice a week on a typical 7-night cruise, we do it in the Manhattan room or the Tropicana room on our new ships.
Right.
And if you've not seen Burn the Floor, it's on the Getaway and Breakaway. And it's probably best to describe it of those of your viewers who watch Strictly Come Dancing. It's Strictly Come Dancing on steroids. It's real fast-paced Latino type music and dancing, everything from salsa to the cha-cha and the waltzes and stuff like that, and they do about a 40-minute show whilst you're dining. So another great experience, which is something that you wouldn't really experience anywhere else. On
top of that, you've got the Cirque Dreams dinner, haven't you, as well? The Cirque du Soleil performance while you dine, and the acrobats falling on the silks from the ceiling.
Yeah, it's again, it's just unbelievable. It's a Cirque Dreams and dinner show that we have on the Norwegian Epic and the Norwegian Breakaway, and again, you're in effect an area of the ship that's built like a big top. So you feel you're in this round circus type environment, and whilst you're dining, the jugglers and the artists and the illusionists are all going on around you. So actually, the hard part of all of that is to actually eat, because you're worried about looking at your food and you might going to miss something. But it's a great experience, and it's this whole innovation on dining and entertainment at the same time.